Personeel, heet thee, gaat weg. Ja.
się rozeszło. I wszyscy go Kubusia Płatka wsadzają. I generalnie ten model chiński.
Say no to China's transition.
And they lose your soul. What is prophet? Jesus Christ is calling. And he loves you so much. He died for you. He sacrificed himself in the cross for you. Brothers and sisters, brothers to him. He's loving you. Jesus said, I am the way.
This is the Tower of London, a World Heritage Site. If the CCP Embassy, Chinese Communist Party, can build a new mega embassy in the old Royal Ming Court in this site, just opposite to here, not only Hong Kongers, but the whole world, including Europe, UK, London, and everyone in the world will be in great danger. This is the old Royal Ming Court. This here. This is the old Royal Ming Court. So we have to oppose the Chinese new mega embassy from moving to here. Thank you. Stand with Hong Kong, stand with freedom, stand with the UK universal democratic values. Thank you.
Let's be absolutely clear. This protest, it's not about the bricks and mortar. This protest is not about our relationship to the Chinese people we're proud to call friends. This protest is about the CCP. It is about the spread of oppression, and silence and fear. It is about the hatred that Xi Jinping and his Marxist nationalist ideology have spread in China, and we will not allow it to spread here in London. Thank you very much.
安全距離。
I want to say first of all, a thank you to all of you who have turned up from Scotland, the north of England, from London, all over the UK, to show that you are here because you stand for freedom. That is the point of the doing. You fled China because it does not, under the communist government, believe in freedom. This embassy here that they want.
Tell me. Come on. We have 500 people
Off the road! Off the road! Guys, off the road!
I'm a journalist, sorry. I'm a journalist.右邊。
我去呢邊啊，幾多啊？
真係唔可以去呢邊啊！
疏啲啊，安全距離啊！冇問題啊嘛，冇問題啊嘛，冇問題啊，冇問題啊嘛，俾佢喺度，你大食館啊嘛，咪咯，屌你咪日喺度咯。喂，仲開起嚟做咩啫？邊度夠我哋？你唔使啊，又冇打交，又冇怒火，係咯。企疏啲啊，好危險啊！企咁近。安全啲。有面都佢又唔知。我話俾你聽所有區就要即刻好早啊！我有時之後講地點，盡量有地點嘅。Sorry。
Look, for 500 years, maybe even 1,000 years, money has been minted either in the tower behind you or in the Royal Mint behind you, here, in front of you. These two sites have been at the absolute heart of the British economy for 1,000 years. And now we think it's appropriate to hand it over to the Chinese Communist Party. No.
Do you have anything you'd like to say to the people of Taiwan? Because a lot of Taiwanese people are watching right now. shows that democratic China is possible.
Yes, of course, of course.
Yeah, Taiwan is on the front line of the struggle between dictatorship and democracy, and we always got to stand with the Taiwanese people for the freedom that they are willing to fight for.
Yay! Speak up for Taiwan.
This is
Please, can we have like 3 more volunteers?
CCP. If the CCP goes ahead, this will be the great Chinese new embassy. Do you want them? It is opposite to the Tower of London and Tower Bridge on the front side, and this is Tower Hill Station in here, this direction. If the CCP embassy succeeds in moving into this old Roman court, the whole Tower Hill, the whole Tower Hamlets, and the whole London and the whole UK will be in very great danger. Okay? This is Tower of London. And just the opposite will be the old Roman court. So, say no to the CCP embassy. Thank you.
Everyone try and move onto the pavement!
Above all, why would we offer the prestige? Why would we dignify China with this great historic building in this greatest and most historic of settlements? No. So I'm here today to stand with you and to say that we have a fight at our hands. We have to fight this tooth and nail. And I think that we can do it. So it may not be the most glamorous thing on a protest, but I need you when you leave this protest today to email the planning inspector and make your views known. Write to Angela Rayner, the Secretary of State, who will ultimately be making the decision. Write to the Prime Minister and say that we are the United Kingdom. We do not bow down to bills, and we are not going to give this great building behind us to the Communist Party of China. No, it's the wrong site, the wrong process, and it's wrong for national security. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
So next we'll have Lauren Dual MP for East Bedfordshire. He's the chair of the AP region of Hong Kong.
Friends, we're involved in a global struggle to authoritarianism, relativism, it's been taking place in the camps of Sudan, the monasteries of Tibet. It's been taking place in the terror blocks of Scotland. But today we can see here outside the Tower of London, it is here in the UK as well. The struggle is here. this week has been a good week for the bad guys. I've spoken this week to human rights defenders in Quebec, the Democrats from all authorities.
And the next one will be Hong Kong Watch.
Hi, Benedict Rogers. Thank you, Ben. Keep on coming.
Free Tibet. Stop the Uyghur genocide. Save Myanmar. Slava Ukraine. Stand with Taiwan. On behalf of Hong Kong Watch, it's a privilege to join so many people here today, thousands of people gathered. And I want to start by saluting all of you, by applauding you and by thanking you for your courage in coming out in such large numbers from across the country to say no to this spy centre, to say no to this mega embassy. It is clear from everyone gathered here today, from all the speeches we've already heard, and from so many other people, that nobody wants the Chinese Communist Party to be in this historic building. Only one group of people want the CCP to be in this building, and that is the CCP. And that is why we must say no to them. I don't believe, even in their heart of hearts, that the British government actually wants this. But we need to force them to find the courage in themselves to say no and to stop kowtowing to Beijing. The residents of Tower Hamlets do not want the CCP on their doorstep. The residents of Royal Mint Court certainly don't want the CCP in their homes or in their internet connections. Tower Hamlets Council 2 times unanimously said no to the CCP. And whatever they may be saying now, we know that their votes 2 times were unanimous. The intelligence agencies said no. They told the government clearly that their advice was against this. And the Met, and I want to thank the Met for making today possible, but the Met Police said no. And for some reason they appear to have changed their mind, but I hope that they will see by our presence in such large numbers in this trajectory of major junctions that their original advice, their original reason for saying no should still stand, because it's still valid, and we proved it today. And it's clear from all of us here today that Hong Kongers don't want it, that Uyghurs don't want it, that Tibetans don't want it, that, as Tom Tugendhat rightly said earlier on, mainland Chinese dissidents who, like Hong Kongers and Uyghurs and Tibetans, have come to this country because they want freedom here and they want to feel safe here, they don't want it. Taiwanese don't want it. Ukrainians don't want it. And my friends from Myanmar, because as well as Hong Kong and the Uyghurs and Tibet, I've spent most of my adult life also campaigning for Myanmar, and they've been clear they don't want this because the CCP is funding the military regime in Myanmar that is bombing and killing thousands of people across that beautiful country. So all of us are saying no, and I hope that we will go from this place not thinking that our job is done. I think we can applaud everybody here for being here today, but today is just the beginning. We must, as the politician said earlier, we must continue the fight until we win. We must write to our MPs, we must write to Angela Rayner, we must write to the Prime Minister, and we must build up such momentum across this country that says we do not want a nest of spies in a beautiful historic building so close to the iconic Tower of London and Tower Bridge, on this major intersection, on a concourse between our financial centre in the City of London and financial centre in Canary Wharf across the river, and who knows what cables are going under the ground here that the CCP would be able to tap into if they were in this building. All of you from diaspora communities that came to this country came here because we are a country of freedom, and because we are a country where you are welcome and you deserve to feel safe in exercising your freedoms here. But we saw a couple of years ago what happened in the Chinese consulate in Manchester. And although in the current Chinese embassy there is less space outside because it goes straight onto the pavement, this situation is not dissimilar to the Chinese consulate in Manchester, and it's not hard to imagine the thugs in the embassy here, if it's here, behaving in the same way that they did in Manchester. So for all the reasons that we've all said, because of our values and our freedoms, because you deserve to be safe, because British people deserve the freedom to speak out against the CCP, this proposed mega embassy and super spy centre is in nobody's interest except Beijing. It's against our national interest, it threatens our national security, it threatens people here who deserve to feel safe, and it threatens our values and our freedoms. And so until we put it to an end, we must go on fighting to stop this mega embassy and say no to Beijing. Thank you.
Say no to Beijing! Say no to Beijing!
大家好，我係吳兆康，我係香港嘅前區議員，亦都係而家英國嘅地區議會議員。我哋見到今日逼爆晒條馬路，點解英國警方仲會話呢度冇嘢啊？我見到我嚟到英國咁耐，我嚟到今日嚟到呢度，我非常之感動。我見翻我哋香港人團結一致，為咗公義，一錯美麗嘅風景線。我哋要英國嘅警方收翻話，竟然話呢度係足夠容納香港人嘅示威者，大家覺得呢度夠唔夠地方啊？我哋希望下個禮拜嘅聽證會睇有咩方法可以影響到佢哋。但係我哋記得，我而家此時此刻，我哋仲有好多香港嘅手足，好多香港嘅人落難喺香港監獄，包括好多同事。我哋反對英國政府向中國政府示好，為咗生意利益而犧牲自由、民主、公義呢啲價值，亦都係英國人嘅核心價值。我哋都唔想呢座嘢有外交特權，可能變成一個肆意妄為嘅中心。咁我哋可以點樣呢？喺民主國家，我話俾大家知道，得民意者得天下。我哋應該用盡我哋每一個人嘅方法去講盡香港。我哋可以同同事講，同鄰居講。我吳兆康咧喺度做區議員，喺度洗樓嘅時候咧，我喺度拍門，啲人係會講香港民主自由呢啲事嘅。因為我哋雖然膚色唔同，我哋口音唔同，我哋來自嘅地方唔同，但係我同英國人有一個共同點，就係我哋一樣非常着緊民主、人權、自由。我哋亦都好高興，我哋有而家我有曼徹斯特啦，由曼徹斯特去到倫敦，由 Bristol 去到雷丁，我哋好多香港人組織，呢啲組織我哋一齊去繼續加油。我吳兆康亦都會搏晒命喺我自己，我係自由民主黨，我喺個黨裏邊，我搏晒命去發聲，見到人我哋就會講香港。大家選咗我做議員之後，我喺黨內係更加大嘅聲音可以發出。我希望我哋個黨同今日喺呢個領事館立場上同香港人係一致嘅，我哋係反對呢個超級領事館，亦都會繼續去反映民意。我哋好多謝大家，希望喺未來無論喺國會，抑或我哋喺政府度抗議，喺國會抗議，或者中國外交部部長王毅嚟嘅時候，我哋去招呼佢，希望多啲英國人、多啲香港人幫手，令到多啲英國媒體去關注。無論喺街頭、喺電視、online、offline、屋企前嘅草地、飯台、地區議會、國會，希望英國人都記得民主、人權、自由呢啲核心價值，亦都係英國傳統真實嘅價值。一點燭光雖少，但當萬支燭光聚合埋一齊，我哋就係熱火，就能夠發光發亮。Let me say something in English. I'm a Hong Kong former district councillor, and I'm also a UK local councillor currently. And even when we speak, still have many people, including my colleagues, was out in the Hong Kong prison. And the British shouldn't favor someone while someone is playing, lying, humiliating, harming to us. The government shouldn't just know how to do business with China, but forget democracy, freedom, and human rights, which is also a basic British value. No matter what the color of your skin, no matter where you come from, no matter what kind of language you speak, democracy need to unite it. If democracy united, we are strong. We will win. Win over Putin in Ukraine. Win over Xi Jinping in Beijing. And the Hong Kong people will do whatever we can, from Reading to Manchester, from Bristol to London, and to make our voice be heard. Our voice will be heard on the street. Our voice will be heard on the line. Our voice will be heard in the parliament. Democracy will never surrender. Fight for freedom. Stand with Hong Kong. Go for Hong Kong. 時代革命。多謝大家。
No mega embassy! No mega embassy! Take down the CCP! 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 Free Tibet! Free Tibet! Free Turkestan! Free Turkestan! Free Uyghurs! Free Uyghurs! Free Taiwan! Free Taiwan! Free Hong Kong! Free Hong Kong! Free China! Free China! Take down the CCP! 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 China lies! People die! China lies! People die! China lies! People die! China is a liar! 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 No mega embassy! 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 China lies! People die! China lies! People die! China lies! People die! One, we are the people. Two, we won't be silent. Three, resist the CCP now, 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 now. One, we are the people. Two, we won't be silent. Three, resist the CCP now, now, now. One, we are the people. Two, we won't be silent. Three, resist the CCP now, now, now. No mega embassy. No mega embassy. No mega embassy. Take down the CCP. No CCP embassy. No CCP embassy. China lies. China lies. Take down the CCP. Take down the CCP. Take down the CCP. Take down the CCP. Make a embassy. Make a no. Make a embassy. Make a no. Make a embassy. Make a no. Make a embassy. Make a embassy. Human rights, not Chinese might. Human rights. Human rights. Human rights. Human rights. Take down the CCP. Take down the CCP. Take down the CCP. China lies. People die. China lies. People die. China is a liar.
China is a liar.
We will be back until the plan set. We will be back until the plan set. We will be back
Until the plan set.
We will be back.
Until the plan set.
Mega embassy. Mega no. Mega embassy.
Mega no.
Mega embassy.
Mega no.
Mega embassy.
Mega no.
1. We are the people. 2. We won't be silent. 3. Resist the CCP. Now, 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 now. 1.
We are the people.
2.
We won't be silent.
3.
Resist the CCP now, now.
Take down the CCP.
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 China lies.
People die.
China lies.
People die.
Take down the CCP.
Take down the CCP.
Take down the CCP.
Take down the CCP.
Mega embassy.
Mega no.
Mega embassy.
Mega no.
Take down the CCP.
Take down the CCP.
Take down the CCP.
Take down the CCP.
No CCP embassy.
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 Okay, I think we can start earlier for the activist group. And now we would like to welcome our colleague from Stop Uyghur Genocide. Yeah. Woo!
Adam. Adam. Yeah.
Good afternoon, dear friends, and many thanks to the MPs who spoke so powerfully about this mega embassy, mega no. I believe that everyone should shout, mega embassy, mega no. Mega embassy, mega no.
Can we do something now?
Embassy, mega no.
Mega embassy, mega no.
Mega embassy, mega no.
We stand here today in the heart of London to say no to the Chinese regime's plan to build its largest overseas embassy on British soil. This is not just about a building. It is about what it represents. The Chinese Communist Party is committing genocide against my people, the Uyghurs, and has no place establishing a vast headquarters of repression in our city. This is a regime that has turned my homeland, East Turkestan, into an open-air prison. A regime that uses the most sophisticated surveillance technology to control, round up, and criminalize an entire population. Millions of Uyghurs have been forcefully detained, families torn apart, and our culture systematically destroyed. The very same technology, facial recognition, AI-driven monitoring, and data tracking used to control Uyghurs back home is now being deployed worldwide. Make no mistake, if this embassy is allowed to go ahead, it will not simply be a diplomatic hub, it will be a command center for transnational repression, monitoring, intimidating, and silencing those who dare to speak, including Uyghurs, Tibetans, Hong Kongers, and Chinese dissidents right here in the UK. The UK government must recognize the serious threat this poses. We have already seen the Chinese regime's agents harass, threaten, and even physically assault peaceful protesters on British soil. With this mega embassy, their ability to surveil, coerce, and manipulate will only grow stronger. We cannot allow London to become a base for Beijing's repression. I urge the UK government to take a stand. Do not grant approval for this embassy. Do not allow a genocidal regime to plant deeper roots in our democracy. We must protect the freedoms and safety of those who have sought refuge here. We must protect the freedoms and safety of those who have sought refuge here. And we must send a clear message. The CCP's human rights abuses, its transnational repression, and its crimes against humanity have no place in Britain. We demand accountability. We demand justice. No to China's mega embassy. No to transnational repression. Thank you.
So the next speaker will be myself. I'm from Taiwan Democracy. 1. We are the people. 2. We won't be silent. 3. Resist the CCP now, 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 now. 1.
We are the people.
2.
We won't be silent.
3.
Resist the CCP now, now, now.
1.
We are the people.
2.
We won't be silent.
3.
Resist the CCP now, now, now.
Okay. We, Taiwan Democracy, are standing here to oppose the mega Chinese embassy. This not only has huge negative impacts on the community around the Royal Mint Court, but causes tremendous security harm to the diaspora groups in the UK. This project has been in progress for more than 4 years, and many of our comrades have put efforts on stopping the mega Chinese embassy. However, the UK government still aims to make an agreement on this, neglecting the huge opposition from the residents in local communities and the safety of the dissidents. It is disheartening that the UK government brings out a more pro-China attitude these days. Shame! 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 The government claims that the closer collaboration on business and trade with China can massively improve the economy in the UK. Distressing that the UK government still has huge misunderstandings on the Chinese Communist Party after many examples of the CCP breaking their promise in other countries. The close tie between China and the UK might not bring in the profits as the UK wishes, but a subversion of the democratic system with more severe surveillance and transnational repression on people against the CCP. As Taiwan Democracy, we fight for the recognition of Taiwan as a nation around the world and reject the sabotage of freedom and democracy. We care about the human rights issues in this country and across the world. We speak up for the diaspora, migrants, and minorities. We must keep ourselves safe. Thus, one of the things we will need to do now is to stop the mega Chinese embassy and resist the CCP. Yeah! We are Taiwanese. Keep Taiwan free. We are Taiwanese. Keep Taiwan free.
We are Taiwanese.
Keep Taiwan free. We are Taiwanese. Keep Taiwan free. OK， 咱是勇敢的台湾人，多谢大家。 again. Thanks for listening. Thank you. Okay, and next. Our colleague from China Deviant.
Good afternoon, friends. I am Apple, and I stand here today as part of China Deviant, a London-based Chinese diaspora community dedicated to amplifying dissenting voices against China's authoritarian regime. I also stand here as Pei Ching-ni, a resident of Tower Hamlets, one of many who will be directly impacted by this decision. We are gathered here because the UK government is on the verge of making a historic mistake. The approval of Chinese embassy at Royal Mint Court is not just about diplomacy. It is about what the UK chooses to stand for. By allowing this embassy to be built, the government is sending a clear message that China's human rights abuses can be tolerated, that they can be ignored, that they can be swept under the rug in the name of diplomacy and economic deals. We cannot allow this embassy to be built in our community, in our city, in this country, because we know what it means. It means more than just the office for diplomats. It means a nerve center for surveillance, intimidation, and transnational repression. We know what happens when Chinese embassy and consulates are given unchecked power. We have seen activists attacked outside Chinese consulate in Manchester. We have heard the stories of people being monitored, harassed, and even coerced into silence. And if this embassy is built, it will become the largest Chinese diplomatic hub in the world, a clear threat to those of us who speak out against the regime. I ask you, how can we feel safe, knowing that an embassy of oppression sits in the heart of our city? The UK government knows about China's crime. They have condemned the genocide against Uyghurs, the crackdown in Hong Kong, the censorship of Chinese dissidents, the political prisoner locked away for speaking out, and the repression of Tibetans and Taiwanese people fighting for their rights. And yet, with this embassy, they're telling us that all of this is just business as usual. Even Tower Hamlet Council had just taken a stand, making it clear that it had retained decision-making power. It would have rejected this embassy due to serious concern over the public safety and the risk posed by the large-scale protests like we have seen today. How can the government claim to stand for democracy and human rights while approving a project that will empower a regime that crushes both? But we're here today to say, no, we will not be ignored. We will not be silenced. This is our home. We refuse to live in fear. We refuse to be watched, followed, or threatened. We refuse to let this government trade our rights and our safety for business deals and political conveniences. So today, we raise our voices, not just for ourselves, but for every Uyghurs, every Hong Kongers, every Tibetan, every Chinese dissident, every Taiwanese who have suffered under this regime. We demand that this government stand on the right side of history. We demand that Tower Hamlet remain a place of safety, not surveillance. We demand that China's human rights abuses are not rewarded with a palace in the heart of London. To the decision makers, listen carefully. This embassy will never be welcome here. To everyone standing here with us, know this, we're not alone. We're many, we're strong, and we will not back down. We will resist, we will fight, and we will be back.
Will be the Tibetan community in Britain. We're going to welcome our colleague from Tibetan community in Britain.
Hello, brothers and sisters, friends and allies from the Tibetan, Hong Kong, Uyghur and dissident communities. Thank you. This year, on July 6th, His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama Gyalrong Rinpoche turns 90. His Holiness the Dalai Lama is not just a religious leader, he is the heart of our struggle, the embodiment of our identity, and the symbol of Tibet's unbreakable spirit. Next month,
marked 66 years since His Holiness was forced to flee Tibet. Ever since, China has waged a relentless war against the Dalai Lama's legacy. Tibetans are imprisoned, tortured, and even killed simply for having a photo of His Holiness or uttering his name in prayer. Now Beijing wants to interfere in the future of Tibetan Buddhism by trying to control the reincarnation of the next Dalai Lama. The CCP wants to handpick a puppet, a so-called Dalai Lama, who will serve their political agenda. But let me be clear, only Tibetans and our spiritual leaders can determine the Dalai Lama's successor, not the Communist Party of China. And while they attack our faith, China is also tightening its grip on Tibet with more repression than ever before. Over 1 million Tibetan children have been forced into colonial boarding schools, where they're cut off from their families, language, and Buddhist traditions. A systematic attempt to erase our people from within. Tibetan monasteries are under siege. Monks and nuns arrested, temples demolished, all in the name of new dam projects, money over people's lives. A new wave of mass surveillance makes Tibet one of the most restricted places on earth. AI-driven facial recognition and police checkpoints at every corner, ensuring that we cannot see the real reality and suffering of our brothers and sisters inside. Tibet's environment exploited. Massive hydropower dam projects being pushed ahead, again, without say from the people who will be affected. And now China wants to bring this oppression to London. This so-called super embassy is not about diplomacy, it's an outpost of authoritarian control. It will be used for surveillance, intimidation, and transnational repression against Tibetans, Uyghurs, Hong Kongers, and Chinese dissidents in exile. To the British government, we say this: will you stand with Tibetans who have found refuge in this country? Will you stand for religious freedom, human rights, and democracy? Or will you allow the CCP to expand its repression onto more British soil? This year, as Tibetans mark 90 years of Grand Poche's extraordinary life, we reaffirm our commitment to his vision, a Tibet that is free, where our culture, religion, and identity can thrive. No to China's super embassy. No to CCP regression. Long live His Holiness the Dalai Lama! Free Tibet! Free Hong Kong! Free Pakistan! Pergi Dampo! Pergi Dampo! Pergi Dampo! Long live His Holiness the Dalai Lama! Thank you!
Okay, thank you, the group Tibet. Very energetic. And the next one will be our colleague from Freedom Card, Ukrainian activist. So we have Ukrainian today? Yes.
All together, we will win.
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 Down with CCP.
Down with CCP.
Down with CCP.
Down
Down with CCP!
Down with CCP!
Good afternoon, my friends. I'd like to thank my friend Jay for inviting me here today and speak for our Ukrainian community. My name is Pavlo. I'm a representative of the Ukrainian community here in London. And Jay, he is the founder of Freedom Card, an organization that protects the rights of the people of Hong Kong. My friends, today the message is very simple. We must speak or else we will not be heard. We must act whilst we have the power to act. This building here, does it look like an embassy to you?
No!
It looks like a castle. It looks like a foothold. Where the Chinese Communist Party will put its foot on the throat of the free people in this country, in this city, just like they have done it within China. We cannot allow that.
No!
Thank you. But my friends, I'd like to make a little comparison. I'm certain many of you have heard about what the North Korean regime does with its embassies all over the world. They trade drugs and they have counterfeit notes. They had an almost perfect copy of the American dollar and they spread it around. Now, the North Koreans, they're in perpetual need of money. The CCP doesn't need money. They have a lot of money. They're plenty eager to send that money all over the world, to bribe people, and to spread their influence, and to make sure that that influence grows to the whole world. We cannot allow that. If the North Koreans were able to earn millions with their embassies, just think about the damage that the CCP can do with this large building behind me. Just think about it. It will be like a leech sucking out the blood from the eye of London here in the center of this great city. I mean, what's next? Why didn't they just ask to occupy the Tower of London or the Buckingham Palace? Maybe they'll want half of London next. No, my friends, this is jokes. This is not a serious demand from the CCP. They cannot be allowed to have this building. They cannot be allowed to spread their influence. And above all, my friends, I'd like to send you a very important message. As the ancient saying goes, the swing of a butterfly's wings on one side of the planet can cause a hurricane on the other side. Nowadays, that saying holds true more than ever before. We live in a global world where all the different countries are interconnected. And the problem on the other side of the planet can hit us hard if we do not act to prevent it from doing as such. Nowadays, the world is split once again between the free world and the enslaved world. And we need to stand with those who resist the enslaved world. We need to stand with the people of Hong Kong. We need to stand with the Uyghurs. We need to stand with the Tibetans. We need to stand with Taiwan, which is the next target of the CCP. And we need to stand with every single country and every single people who resist them. Right now there is a war in Ukraine. We all know about it. But what many people do not know is that if Ukraine is lost, then China will inevitably invade Taiwan. Some people may say, what's the connection? It's very simple, my friends. If Russia, that is becoming a proxy state to China nowadays, is allowed to get away with their crimes, think what the CCP, with all their power and influence worldwide, can do. They will immediately invade Taiwan if that is allowed to happen. So that is why we say no to this embassy. We say no to the CCP. And we say no to the enslaved world.
Stand with Ukraine!
All together, we will win.
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 World, wake up!
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 Thank you, my friends.
Assembly of Citizens Representatives in Hong Kong.
Glory to Ukraine! Glory to Ukraine! Stop immediate Putin! Stop Putin! Glory to Ukraine! My friend, several of us who are former councillors now reside in UK. For reason I'm sure I don't need to expound further. But I remember, and we remember, when Hong Kong used to have, when we had certain degree of democracy, we as councillors, we were able to reject government proposal of different kinds. Once the council say no, the government has to follow. As simple as that. But of course, now democracy in Hong Kong is dead, long gone. Reason? Very simple, because CCP is controlling Hong Kong. Now we don't want CCP to control anything any further, including this very place we call UK. There was Hong Kong when we had democracy, and now it's one party rule by CCP. Now this very place that the CCP proposed to build their mega embassy. Now it was turned down. It was turned down by local council. It was even turned down by the last government. It was turned down. But how come this government, the current government, say yes to it? How come? How can we tolerate such stupidity? Why Starmer, once he was in office, called Xi Jinping, called CCP, and the current Chancellor ran to kowtow in Beijing to CCP. She kowtow to CCP. This is unbearable. We are angry, and we deserve to be angry. Now, if CCP had their way, we don't want to elaborate. We know what would happen here. This very place, one of the many reasons it was rejected, because not just a historical monument or whatever. This is a communication hub. If China, CCP, had this place, they can espionage, they can threaten the very security, financial security, national security of Britain, of UK. That's why no way we can allow CCP to build their mega embassy here. I say, why? And I ask why Starmer would let it go ahead. Now, the Chancellor came back from China with an empty promise from China of what? 600 million pounds, but over 5 years. This is pathetic, this is nothing. Down with CCP. And shame to this current government. We say no CCP magazine now. No CCP mega embassy ever. Never. A final warning to this government. We are the people. We are the water. The water that bears the boat is the same boat that will swallow. It's the same water that will swallow the boat. Got it? We are the people. We are the water. We will swallow this boat if this very place is going to turn into a mega embassy of CCP. No way. 香港人加油！香港人如水，水能載舟，水能覆舟。香港人加油！
Fight for freedom! Fight for freedom! Free Hong Kong! Free Tibet! Free East Pakistan! Free Taiwan! Free China! Good afternoon, everyone. Free Burma! Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Thomas. I'm here today representing Bonham Tree A. Since 2019, over 1,900 political prisoners have been unjustly jailed in Hong Kong. We stand with them, providing monthly financial support to more than 300 of them. All those brave individuals on a monthly basis throughout their imprisonment terms. They are the victims of the regime that crush their own people and disregard basic human rights. Many of them are British national overseas as well. The UK government likes to talk about its foreign policy, the three C's: complete, challenge, and cooperate. But what we can see is not competition, not challenge, but compromise. Compromise with a regime that has well-documented history of breaking promise and international treaties. The very fact that so many Hong Kongers are now in the UK thanks to the BNO visa scheme is a very big evidence that they broke the promise. 41 years ago, in 1984, the UK and China signed the Sino-British Joint Declaration without the consent of Hong Kongers. 28 years ago, in 1997, Hong Kongers were handed back to the dictatorship. And now, in 2024, the UK government seems willing to sell out its principle again for a few pieces of silver. Following the same visit to China by the Foreign Secretary and Chancellor, we heard whisper of $1 billion trade deal, a deal made at what cost? While our government bowed to the CCP for some financial gains, they have done next to nothing to help the British national overseas to retrieve their hard-earned MPF pension. Over £3 billion pounds illegally held by the Hong Kong government. And let's not forget the attempts to bypass the democratic process and interfere with the local council and police decision regarding this very embassy. The UK is a signatory to the Sino-British Joint Declaration. Instead of holding the CCP accountable for violating that treaty, by sanctioning the officials and judges who are destroying the Hong Kong's freedoms, our government is once again engaging with the devil responsible. This is not just a betrayal of Hong Kong, it is a betrayal of our own value. We sincerely hope the UK government will finally put its people first. Stop pleasing the foreign superpower for fragile agreements built on broken promise. We demand that our government prioritize your own people, human rights, democracy and freedoms. First thing first, to end this ridiculous intervention of CCP super embassy planning application. Thank you. Free Hong Kong! Free Hong Kong! Free Hong Kong! Free
Thank you.
Will be the colleague from CFHK Foundation.
No CCP! 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 I'm Chloe Zhang from the Committee for Freedom in Hong Kong Foundation, and I'm one of the 19 activists wanted by the Hong Kong authorities. Thank you everyone for being here today. Thank you! Why am I here today? Because as an activist with a bounty, I am terrified and I'm angry. This mega embassy is a threat. This is not just a building. It is an expansion of the Chinese Communist Party power in the UK soil. The current embassy is already a base for surveillance, espionage, and intimidation. Now they want more space, more spies, more repression. This is a direct attack on all of us. Hong Kongers, Uyghur, Taiwanese, Tibetans, and Chinese dissidents will not be safe. We know how the CCP operates. They harass us, they follow us, they silence us, and this will only get worse. This is about control, fear, and silencing voices right here in the UK. Remember what happened in Manchester? A Hong Kong protester was dragged into a Chinese consulate and beaten. It happened in broad daylight on British soil. The attackers walked away free. There were no real consequences. But that was just a small consulate. Now, imagine a mega embassy with even more personnel enjoying diplomatic protection. What will they do next? Who will they target? And will we be safe? No! Under Hong Kong national security law, fewer and fewer people could risk to fight for freedom in our homeland. This is why we, the overseas diaspora, have the obligation and responsibility to speak up for Hong Kongers who can't speak out for themselves. But if this mega embassy is built, Beijing's network of spies will expand even further. They will have more resources to track us down. Many of us will live in constant fear, too afraid to speak, too afraid to live freely, because the CCP reach shows no borders. They intimidate us into silence. That is what they do, and that is what they have always done. We must resist. 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 We only have one demand today. No mega Chinese embassy. 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 Thank you.
And the next one will be the Hong Kongers in Britain.
Thank you。非常之感動。過去幾年，我哋喺前線，我哋見到越嚟越少嘅人出現，但係今日關鍵嘅時刻，我哋集會嘅人數，我相信係破千嘅，俾啲掌聲大家。記得2019初心不忘，大家加油！另一件事，呢度嘅警方唔應該充當中國嘅警察，向我哋嘅手足進行逮捕。
I have to say, to UK police here, no arrest! For freedom! No arrest! Chant with me! For freedom! No arrest! For freedom! No arrest!
For freedom!
No arrest!
For freedom!
No arrest!
For freedom!
You are not Chinese police. We are here to stand against the authoritarian regimes to gain a more decent foothold here. We defend our UK democracy. We're not here to make a trouble. So there's no legal ground for you to say we can keep people in order, to tell to the UK government to pay the red carpet to the authoritarian official from Beijing to move into this monument, to this glorified monument. Dictatorship, autocracy deserve no glorified monument on the British soil. Remember your job, your duty. The UK police serve the people, defend democracy. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today because democracy, transparency, and the UK national security are at stake. The proposed relocation of the Chinese embassy to Tower Hamlets is not just a planning issue. It is a test of whether our government will stand firm on principle or surrender to the political convenience. For years, this plan had faced rightful scrutiny. In 2022, our local council, cross-party, rejected it. But rather respecting that decision, the Chinese authority have simply resubmit the same proposal, bypassing our local democracy and seeking approval from the UK government through the back door. Even more concerning, Chinese state enterprise in the UK have been mobilized to manufacture support, drowning out the voices of our local residents here. What changed? Not the security concerns, not the integrity risk, only the political landscape. Under the Boris Johnson's Conservative government, this property was quietly brokered to Chinese authorities. But it was not until the new Labour government took power, after a top-level call with Xi Jinping, that we saw direct intervention. Letters giving the green light to the planning inspectorate were issued before the public inquiry even began. And now, the Metropolitan Police, once firmly opposed, has made a quiet U-turn. Had this become a political decision? Has this become a political decision overriding an impartial security assessment? This is not our party politics. Both Conservative and Labour governments have shown a pattern of backtracking. Raising serious questions. Are our leaders colluding with authoritarian regimes for short-term gain? Are they willing to trade our democratic values for diplomatic convenience? Xi Jinping's call must not dictate our British future. The proposed embassy is not just a diplomatic site. It is a statement of abusive power over human rights. A glorified monument for the CCP diplomats
rather than just a functional space. Diplomatic premises are for mutual respect, not excessive grandeur. Look at the building like a castle, like a palace. What ridiculous overseeing the monarchy, the symbol of the monarchy, the Tower of London, right next to the City of London, colluding with the capitals, influencing our democracy here. These unelected CCP officials monopolize what is the state, but suppress the people's will. Next week, I will attend the Lunar New Year reception at number 10 Downing Street again. If I have the chance to meet the new Prime Minister, I will raise this issue directly, confronting him. Then, on Tuesday, I will stand before the planning inspectorate to present the case against this deeply flawed and dangerous plan. We must not allow our leaders to turn a blind eye. We must not allow authoritarian influence to creep into our democracy. And we must hold our government, past, present, and future, accountable. Thank you. Government, for freedom, no arrest. For freedom, no arrest. For freedom, no arrest. Thank you.
Thank you. Hong Kong Democracy Council.
光復香港，光復香港 ，Slava Ukraine， Slava Ukraine， Bangalo， Bangalo， Good afternoon, Salam, Tasdele， 大家好，我係劉嘉文。Thank you for being here today with us. We are gathering here in the heart of London, outside of the Royal Means Court, to send a really clear message. We do not allow the United Kingdom to roll out the red carpet for the Beijing's long-arm control. This super embassy is not just another diplomatic outpost. It is a symbol of the CCP's growing influence and its attempt to suppress dissidents beyond its border. We know their track record. I have, and we all have experienced this repression, not only back in our homeland, but also now on the British soil. Intimidation, surveillance, attack, and bounty hunt on us. This embassy will only embolden these efforts. Just 6 weeks ago, the Hong Kong government imposed 1 million Hong Kong dollars bounty on my head. This is not a threat to me, but this is an alert for Hong Kongers in the UK. We should not back down. And we will not back down. We are here to say no. We are here to say no to Beijing's creeping influence. No to a forest government dedicating terms in a democracy. No to a site that could become a mega hub of transnational repression. The Labour government should stop appeasing the CCP, should stop appeasing the Chinese government, and reject this plan of the super embassy. To my dearest friends from across movements, from the Uyghurs movement, from the Tibet movement, from the Ukraine movement, from Taiwanese community, from Chinese dissidents, and all who stands against dictatorship. We are here in London, in exile, but we shall not be silenced. No CCP Super Chinese Embassy.
No CCP Super Chinese Embassy.
Free Tibet. Free Pakistan. Free Hong Kong. Keep Taiwan free. Go for Hong Kong. 時代革命. Thank you.